Okay, so the first thing I've done to get this project started is I've opened a new event and I've called it Stabilization Exercises, number 1. That way I know it's mine. Now remember, other people use your computer, so you might want to write on here, maybe I will rename this. Okay, I'm going to click on it here and I might write Connelly Stabilization Exercise 1. That way I know it's mine. The second thing I've done is I've made a project that says Practicing Stabilization, and again, there's more than one of you, so I might write Connelly Practicing Stabilization. That way you'll see here, it changes up. Okay, and I've done like it says on the instructions, and I have brought in all these different videos. Okay, there's a lot of different videos that you're going to be practicing with today. Okay, so one of my favorite videos to kind of play with here to start teaching you about stabilization is this one here. So I'm going to click on the video, and like usual, I'm just going to click it down. There it is. I don't know why it put that in there. That's okay. Now this is a video. I always like to work with mine a little bit bigger so I can see how they work. So I'm going to command blow that up a little bit. All right, look at this video to start with. This is obviously a video that was done with somebody walking. The problem with this is that it's just too bumpy to be a great video. So here's how you begin to work with the stabilization. First, I always move my marker. Highlight the video, okay? Then you are going to come over here to this area here, right, where it's got all the information, right? And you'll see here compositing, transforming, cropping, distorting. But here we go, stabilization. And it's not checked yet. So I'm going to check this box. Now, while I check the box, notice that this just popped up, analyzing for dominant motion. You've got to wait. You have to be patient and wait for this to finish, because right now, the computer is going through, Final Cut Pro is going through, and it's trying to stabilize the video and find out what it should look like, right? So you just have to wait and be patient and wait for it to finish. Once it's done, you're going to notice a couple things. The little dots that show that it's rendering are now gone, and the stabilization over here, it's checked, but now notice these are no longer gray. What has happened is now you're going to be able to move and adjust your stabilization. So it's stabilized a little bit. Let's check and see if it's better. That's better, but do you see how it blurs a little bit there? That's a lot better, but we can scale our smoothing, and we can move this a little bit, and we can try to smooth a little bit. This is literally, see how this though, what happens is when you do the translation, it tends to move it a little bit. So you can check that. Playing with the stabilization is all about just practicing and seeing what happens. And you'll notice here that after I fix it, the rendering dots are back up. So you've got to wait for those to finish sometimes, because otherwise, once you stabilize it, it doesn't show you what it's actually doing because it's still rendering. You got to let it finish rendering. So then you can go back and you can, when it's almost done there, got to wait for it to finish. See, I'm waiting. Okay, got to be patient. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to press. This is much better. Not quite clear, it's a little closer, but that's kind of cool. That's a lot better, right? But you'll notice that scaling smooth is kind of bothering me a little bit. So let me see. I want to go back a little bit and see if that makes a difference. Now I'm jumping ahead because it's still rendering. But see that little like quake in it? I want to get that to fix. So I have to sit and I have to play with this a little bit more. Again, you can be playing with the stabilization, or don't forget, you can also play with the rolling shutter. That sometimes fixes things as well. A couple tips to remember. You can only adjust a whole clip, so you can't adjust parts of it. If you want to adjust just parts of the clip, you need to cut it. When you cut it, then it will adjust it. So, but you can do a lot of different things here, and you can see this looks a lot better than it did. You know, so you can constantly just check it. Take the stabilization off if you don't like what it did. If you want to try just rolling shutter, you can come on here and adjust the rolling shutter. That to me still moves a little bit. Okay, so your job today is to play with the 3 clips that are in the folder, okay? And you are going to take all 3 of those clips and you can put them side by side. And then your job is to make these 3 clips as stable as possible, and that's what you'll be graded on. So you're going to work with clip 6922, 6916, and 6917, okay? And you're going to play with those, get those as neat and cleaned up as possible, and then you're going to submit them online. Okay, have a great day. Good luck with your stabilization.